Hi, today we're here at Lighthouse Senior Living with Nicole Rader, and we had a tour of the facility and trying to bring some information about what senior assistant is. So Nicole, tell us about this facility that you guys have. I mean, what makes you stand out from other facilities in the area?
So here at Lighthouse Hopkins Creek, we are a community of 95 apartments. We strive to be exceptional in our customer service and in our resident care, and have the most homey, welcoming setting that we can offer to our residents, and keep everybody active and engaged and just full of life, and just be a fun, great community where everybody wants to live.
So tell me more about the activities that we have here.
So the residents love to be in motion. They love to be busy. It is their choice whether they want to. We let them know through our televisions and through announcements in the calendar. Someone can be as busy as they want to be. But you're right, our activities are very robust. We do have our own bus, so they go out on shopping trips, they go to museums, they go to restaurants. But really the residents drive what's on the calendar. So they get together, they make suggestions for our activity team, and they, there's bingo most every day, because that's going to still be a popular activity. But we have a choir. They're practicing now for the holidays, and they're going to do a holiday concert for the residents. We have lots of entertainment and musical groups. We utilize the Tiki Bar. As I was mentioning, we had a wine tasting, a wine pairing this past Friday. We do have happy hour a couple times a week. So just engaging in life and just, having purposeful activity is what we're all about.
Nice. And I look at the rooms that you have, the suites and the studios, and I tell you, they're a very good size apartments for a single person. And you say there's some for couples that are staying here as well, right?
Yep, we can accommodate obviously a single individual, but also husband and wife.
Nice. And right now, how many openings do you guys have?
We currently have 5. We have 2 studio apartments, and we have 3 one-bedrooms currently. And then we also have a memory care neighborhood, which is called our Village. And that is a secure neighborhood, because the majority of the residents do have a diagnosis of dementia. So it is a secure environment. But we are a very open community, meaning that the residents that live in the Village still participate in our community activities. So right now we currently have 6 apartments in the Village that are also available, and they're studio apartments.
Nice. And how do you qualify to become a resident here?
So kind of what happens when someone's interested in coming to our community, they would make an appointment to come in for a tour, and we would do a tour. And if they decide that, yep, Lighthouse is for me, then they would put a deposit, and it's a $500 deposit, which then is 0 risk. So it essentially sits in one of our desk drawers until they decide that they're going ahead and sign the lease. So, they've picked out their apartment, they're ready to sign their lease. Shanice, who was our nurse, would go out and do an assessment, or she would, or you could come to us, either way. But an assessment gets completed, and that determines a level of care. So some people who live here need no care at all. They're still driving, they're still, going out into the community on their own. Other residents need just medicine management, so we would take care of giving them their medicine. Some residents need varying degree of level of help with their care. So that's what her assessment would determine, and you would get a level of care score. So once we knew that, we would know your apartment, and then coupled with the level of care, that would be your monthly rent. And so the philosophy is you pay for only the care that you need. So it's not one-stop shopping where you would pay just one lump of money. You're just going to pay what you need at the moment. And then as your stay progresses, ongoing assessments are done. And if your level of care increases, that's fine. We're able to help you. Your monthly rate would change based on the care that you need.
Okay. So it's kind of very easy to get in to some extent. It's not like some other places that I know that have a waiting list for many years and
Right.
that kind of stuff.
Yes, it's really, assisted living is kind of a fluid industry. You know, sometimes life happens and we have openings. Right now, we don't have a wait list. We're working to build our wait list, but we don't have one currently because we do have availability.
What is the biggest myth that you've seen about assisted living that most people have?
Oh, gracious, that's a great question. That it's dull and it's boring, and that people just sit and watch TV all day.
Not here.
It's not true. You know, we strive to be a vibrant community and to be active. But, you know, they say that isolation is the biggest stressor to seniors. And we've seen that, you know, through the pandemic, how, you know, you might have been living alone, having your meals alone. You only have the companionship of the television. So here you're eating your meals, if you choose to, in the dining room in a social setting, and you have the companionship of your neighbors. You know, you might not want to be that bingo player. You might just want to go sit in the lobby, and there's always people to talk to.
We talked earlier about the memory care area early on, and who are most of the residents there?
So to live in our memory care, we have 25 memory care apartments. You do have to have a diagnosis of dementia or Alzheimer's. And we have, it's called Masterful Moments, and that's our program. And it basically is a holistic approach to dementia care. And it really, it strives to have like a best friend approach, because sometimes as someone is progressing through dementia, tasks and medicine and bathing, all those things become scary. But if I'm your best friend and you have a relationship with me, you might not recognize me by name or what that task is. You just know that you like me, and you'd be willing to take a bath or take your medicine because you know that it's a safe thing because I'm doing it with you.
Okay. Well, I gotta thank you for your time. And I have one more question. And this is more for the families of people who are looking for assisted living. What is the best advice you can give to a family that is facing assisted living?
That's a great question. The biggest advice I give anyone is to do your homework and don't make a decision in a crisis. You know, you might say, oh, we have years until that happens. You never know. No one has a crystal ball, and no one can predict the situation that could be a crisis tomorrow. So my best advice is do your homework. You know, there's lots of places, there's lots of resources, but not going into a decision blindly is the best thing you can do. And nowadays with, you know, the virtual world and being able to FaceTime and do a virtual tour, it's very easy to get information and accurate information.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you very much. And thank you for allowing all of our friends that are watching us on social media to understand more about what assisted living can do and know more about your facilities here at Lighthouse. Beautiful facilities, by the way. I can tell everyone here, this is not a place where you come here and just sit down and watch TV. There's a lot of activities. There's a lot of things. The residents here seem happy. They seem active. They seem that they still have a lot of life and energy here. So that speaks volume for this facility. So thank you again.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.